I'm going to show you some no F given work, and here you have it. Now, I don't know what kind of craftsmanship this is, if any, but this is what I'm trying to cure in this trailer. Unfortunately, there are places I cannot fix this, so without having to remove the entire floor, which I'm not going to do. So I'm going to do it correctly. I'm going to remove the baseboards. I am going to cut under here just a little bit, just over the trim part, the decorative, and going down the hall. I only have to do that twice on this wall, and then just do around the trim and get this flooring up so that it matches. This is why I want to redo this floor. It's this. I'm not sure what's going on, why it's so jacked up, but this is terrible. And the moron that lived here laid the filter flat, and they're supposed to be in a V shape. There's two of them that go in at an angle, like a V. And so I'll leave it there. So I'm going to get this fixed, get it looking somewhat decent. And I am going to clean this, and then I'm going to spray paint it and try to make it look a little bit nicer, because it's pretty bad. And I'll make a video about that on its own. Alright, so let me get started.
300 block.
For those of you who have watched my videos of me working on my own home, and you've seen me put in quarter round and baseboard, and I always caulk it. And this is why. I hope you can see that the lighting in here is terrible. But this is what accumulates underneath your baseboards. That's why I'm saying run a clear bead of caulk. Because all that is nesting for bugs, and it collects just like all fabric. And this is, I don't know, some mixture between cobwebs and dryer vent or lint and just dust. That holds odor. So I'm just letting you know, use caulk when you put in your baseboards and your quarter round, because this is what's going to happen. Now it's time to clean and then install. So I've got it all swept and vacuumed, got the nails sunk, got the walls cleaned off where all that debris built up, and again I'm running into the same issue as I did the hallway. So I'm going to lay it the way I started this floor. I'm going to lay it this way and move over this way, which is the problem they ran into when they ran the flooring. They ran it here and had a sliver they had to cut all the way down. So I'm thinking, since I did the hallway in the foyer on this side and eased it over, well, the tongue, well, not all of this has a tongue, but that's okay. That's going to have a transition strip. So I was thinking, if I started from here, ran it down and went this way, because if I'm facing this way, I'm starting from the left to right, the sliver would be along this wall. But I think it would be less noticeable if it was on a wall that was all broken up. I've got to either trim this piece a hair or take this little lip off right here so I can get the boards closer to the wall, so that there is not going to be a gap between the wall and the flooring that the baseboard can't cover. So I need to take this off and then tap it closer. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, that little bit was keeping me from being able to push this board all the way up against the wall, along with that nail right here. Alright, let me vacuum this out and see how much better it is, because like I said, I've got to get it as close up to the wall as I can. I'll run some caulk down in here, and that'll keep trash from going in there. I mean, the trash that's in between the floor and the walls is insane. I'm gonna have to rip this down. All right. I probably cut this too wide. So where's that spare piece? I don't have a rip guide, which is what I need. Well, see the walls are uneven. They bow out here to cram it back there. So if it's a really bad cut, which it's not, I'm sure it will be a little bit, I can just fill it in with caulk, but I can't help the waviness of the door. And I'm not that skilled yet to scribe, and you know, all I got is a skill saw on me right now. Okay guys, here it is. I just got to cut this out, put the grill back in, but I got to clean that grill and repaint it. I just got to put the baseboards back, but I'm going to clean and paint them, and I got this hallway done. That took forever. I mean forever. So I just got to put in a transition strip right here. Put the old transition strip back here. Put the baseboards back up. The trim back up. This whole piece fell down right here. I mean, that whole piece came off right here. So it was just, I don't even know what was holding that up. That's what the door latches into. That hissing sound is a compressor decompressing. So I've got to get that back up. But I think it looks good for what it is. There's like, I mean, look at that. There's like 6 layers of floor under here. So I'm kind of embarrassed. I couldn't get that any better. But quarter round will cover that up. I just don't like doing shoddy work. And just put the baseboards back up. I can't believe how weighty these walls are, but I think it looks good. I got to put transition strip there. Cut out that vent, no big deal. Put up the baseboards after I clean them and paint them all the way around. Because remember, whoever put well, we know who did it. Put the baseboards, just put the flooring up to the baseboards, didn't even take them off. I'm going to have to replace some trim because it's just too damaged to even try to nail back up. There is no trim around the door. That's got to be replaced. So tomorrow or either this afternoon, I'm going to go spend some time with my dog. I've been keeping him crated. Well, not crated, but just in the house by himself. Put that piece in. Do the sliver here and do this area right here. This is going to suck, but you know, I can do it. If I can do that little hallway area, I can do this. So I'm going to call it good for right now. Go wash my hands, get something cool to drink, and hit this back later.